probably wondering what this thing is. It's registered as a 1985 FXR. As you can see, it's not quite stock. It was built by the owner of H.V.R. Dyno service. He got it on the road late '89, early 1990. He's a high performance engine builder. He loves high performance Japanese equipment. But being a Harley mechanic, he kind of mixed the best of both worlds. Handles like a dream. His first trip, he took it to Bonneville. He weighs 230 pounds, and with a modified 80-inch engine, he got 129 miles an hour out of it, without a fairing. He brought it home, took the 80-inch engine out, and proceeded to build a 96-inch over-square engine, big bore short stroke. Now on his dyno it produces 102 foot-pounds of torque and 102 horsepower at the rear wheel. He's had it at the drag strip. It will do 10.9 in the quarter at 113 miles an hour, which is pretty darn fast for a street machine. And this thing handles well in traffic. It's just, and it handles a lot better out on twisty roads. He used to do a lot of road racing with Yamahas, closed course road racing with Yamahas and Harleys. His favorite is Yamaha. But he built this to show Japanese what a well-built Harley will do. And I think he pulled it off quite well. I tried to purchase this thing in 1992. He said there was a waiting list. So fast forward 10 years, luck would have it, I got my hands on it. So I can show you a few things that he has done. Front end is all Yamaha. The wheels are very light Yamaha rims for racing. The discs and the pads are all EBC out of England. He finds they work well compared to Performance Machine, which is pretty expensive. The fairing is off a Ducati, which works really well. We've got a Ducati fairing on it, which works very well. The whole front end is Yamaha off a touring machine. Plus front fender. The rotors, they're EBA, they're from England, plus the brake pads. 8 pistons. It stops quick. Very, very light front mag wheels. The whole assembly up here is he's grafted Japanese Yamaha with Harley tack, Harley speedometer. He's, I don't know how he did it, but he did. The gas tank is a 750 Yamaha with a fast fuel system. It just pops up. The engine, well, that'll take a while. But, the heads are Trachtenberg Development, who he knows personally from California. Roller rockers, it's being spent hours on the flow bench. The cubic inch are 96 inches, and that's from Alan Spooth, his cylinders and pistons. And the cases are also heavy-duty Trachtenberg Development, Steve Trachtenberg's shop, as is the transmission cases. It has a 42mm Mikuni carb on it. It has a headquarters cam, 600 lift. Works really well with this combination. It runs almost like stock to about 3,500 RPM, and then you hit the power band and you just hang on. He's redlined it at 5,500, which is low. But with this tall gearing, he goes, hey, want to go faster? Let's kick it up a gear. Transmission has an Andrews fast first, and the rest are all Harley gears, which he prefers. He said if Harley made a fast first, he would be using theirs. The exhaust is kind of unique. It's SuperTrack 2-in-1 header system with a Yoshimura muffler, which it's a good combination according to his dyno. So what's good enough for him is good enough for me. The swing arm is pretty impressive. We can't see it too much from here. I think we might have to go to around to the back here. You know, and it's got a 180 wide tire with a very light mag. It's chain drive. As he says, anything over 100 horsepower, belts tend to separate. The swing arm is very interesting. It's a JMC, and it was built in Birmingham, England for road racers to compete against company road racers. It's a privateer thing. It's super strong. The adjustment for your back wheel is done by cams. You cannot get that back wheel crooked. It's dead on straight. It's, of course, we got on the clutch drive assembly is, he was using all Atlas clutch plates and a Barnett super heavy duty tension plate, because otherwise this clutch slips. This thing has too much power. And he converted it to a hydraulic clutch, because he said clutch cables just weren't holding up. So he built this pretty aggressive. We've got a Jag oil cooler on it, crash bars. I put those on. I won't ride a bike without them. It's a Honda headlight, and with the front air dam. And I forgot to mention earlier, to run at Bonneville, you have to have a steering dampener for high speed. So it's I have that set at the lowest position just to make it streetable. The man is a genius. He does a lot of work with nitro building engines and alcohol burners. He's, as I said, he's quite a speed fanatic. But all in all, he built a very nice machine, and I just love it. Except I have arthritis in both hands, and I can't even use the throttle anymore over about a half an hour.